Parents can ruin everything when it comes to soccer. Parents, stay out of the way. Stop getting involved to the point where you think you can dictate things because you think you know it better. How about you coach or volunteer your time? No, you just want to complain. Those parents suck, by the way. Uh, got a email from a listener, and it says, I coach futsal as a volunteer for Rec Kids, 8 years old, and I have my son helping out. Half the team is on the bench and half is on the court at any given time. So during the time that they're not on the field, they're playing World Cup with my son. And I had a parent complain, saying they should be watching the game and being more engaged at 8 years old while they're sitting on the bench. And then it got so bad that the league came down and says they have to sit on the bench and watch because of this parent complaint. So they're asking me, what do I think? What I think? Parents suck. They can suck really bad. Me being a parent, sometimes I suck, but not bad as that parent or most parents. We are so confused on what we're doing here. There's a couple thoughts I have on what's going on. One, take on this fight, shut the league up, let the parent have it, send them in this podcast. You big complainer. I can't stand parents that think they need to interject. And the thing is, from the beginning of time, I've taken this fight on. And the one thing I would have to say about myself, I am so glad I hold to my values and what I believe, and I fight these parents. And I lose sleep over it. It's not fun, but I attack. I have no self-control in that. I'll lose more sleep if I don't do anything about it. I'm going to lose sleep regardless because I take on a role of my own personal soccer convictions, and I can't waver. And just the way I was born, I've always been this way. And there's times I've been wrong, but I still fight what I think is right. But I will apologize if I'm wrong. But the parent needs to be sat down and dealt with. And I guess with this futsal team, they get creamed every game. And so the thought of, in the email, it states that he wants the kids to get something out of it. Playing World Cup to the side, at least competing that way before they get subbed in, because it's probably even rotation. That's a brilliant way of getting the kids to experience something else about the game that can be fun versus the result that all these parents are thinking of. So much so they're thinking watching the game is going to make them better, which it can if they watch real soccer on TV. So here's what I would do. Let's just talk about what do you do when your team gets crushed repeatedly? You have to change the rules of the outcomes. So what I do is I do a point system. So I would give the kids points. Every time they touch the ball, they get a point. Every time they make a pass to their teammate, they get +5. And you just measure that, and you get parents engaged where they're keeping track of their child or someone else's child or multiple kids, and you track those touches. And then over time, you can see, all right, you touched the ball during the league season 55 times, and you made 12 passes and a total score of 870 points. And you can do awards like that for doing that. You could create T-shirts. I've done that too, where they made the 1,000 touch club and 10,000 points club, kind of make a T-shirt out of it. So if you change the rules, you can change development. You can change how they think about the game, and you really can make things a little bit different. I always talk about that league I created. You can control the thinking of parents if you change the rules. So I did a points league 2 seasons a long time ago, where I had flip charts, and I would have the referees, instead of refereeing the game, I would have them flipping the point system. And every time their team connected a pass, I got 1 point to their team. And every time they scored a goal, it was only worth 1. And then you would get 8 points on a real assist where they would pass the ball on a one-touch finish. So the one-touch finish is still worth 1, but the fact that the assist was made on a one-touch finish, meaning it was like a backdoor pass, that was worth 8. So it was a total of 9 points. And then we would give 8 points for connecting passes past half, and then going back in your defensive half to your goalkeeper, all the way back past the halfway line again. So basically, you go over, back, and over. You got 10 points, and I would just keep changing that. But you had to go back to the keeper. I had parents, I kid you not, saying and screaming at their kids, go backwards, because they could see the points. And games were like 270 to 245. It completely changed everything. It was a lot of work. And I would update the website after each league matches with tallies of the league standings, who was the top goal scorers. I put the top goal scorer, the teams that had the most points. I did the top assists. I did most touches. I did a goalkeeper champion. I did a field player champion. And then I would just do so many different things that just change the way we thought about soccer. And the best way of doing that is through a point system. We got to change the rules. That's a great way to develop talent at a young age. And that's what I would do. I would implement rules within your team, even though your league is set up the way it is. But internally, you can set up a point system that you can reward the kids right after the game, after the season. You really can interject successes based on the simplistic math formula, and you can make it any way you want to get effective change. So that's what I would do. So you can still develop as you're coaching futsal. So anyways, these are my thoughts. Thank you so much for the question. And I'll be back tomorrow. Goodbye.